Hi everybody, this is Joe at Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another fun-filled, exciting video. Today's video, I'm over at my customer Ed's house out here on a beautiful Gull Lake, and I'm just about ready to unload the third oversized truckload that I've brought him today. The first one I brought over here was one that I split in yesterday's video, or split most of it. I had to throw some limb wood in it just to fill up the truck. But and then I brought this as my second load, and yes, that's almost all limb wood. You can tell that it's dry. It's this is what I got from Gary's, and it's been there for over a year. I know a lot of people will cry, it's not premium, but dude, it's all oak. And then I've got this down here. These racks, I just measured them with my tape measure, and I can do it again if you like. These racks are like 4 by 8, face cord racks, but you can see the bar is up about 10 inches or so where it starts. But I measured it from the bottom of the logs all the way up to the top, and it comes up to 4 foot. You can see I'm going above the sides, on both of them to make up for that 10 inches. So I'm good to claim those as face cords, 4 by 8. And this right here, I just measured that. It's 8 foot long by 2 foot tall. So it looks like each oversized truckload makes a stack 8 foot by 5 foot. Now I know a face cord's 8 foot by 4 foot. Let me go ahead and hook this up here. Face cord's 8 foot by 4 foot, which is 1/3 of a cord. Then there's a half cord that's 12 foot by 4 foot. Well, what are we gonna call this? Because it's like 40% of a cord. Should we call it a Joe cord? What you think, Pam? I think that's a good name for it, Joe cord. So that's what we come on to. But this is gonna be a long video. I hope you guys are ready to watch. I gotta do a little bit of talking, but I'm gonna be moving and talking at the same time. I wish I had a microphone because I'm not gonna be able to stop and look at the camera the whole time. But a couple things I just wanted to tell you. I did get control of my stolen channel back, but it's still suspended because the hackers were uploading the view onto the channel they stole from me. And if you're new to this channel, and if you hate hackers and scammers and people who want to steal from hardworking guys like me, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. And then once I get the other channel going, go ahead and subscribe to that. But I'm sure a lot of you already are still there, but I know a lot of you left when they started doing that. So there's other things I wanted to talk to you about. That's what I can think of right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, and like I say, you trust me on the measurements. Here's the tape measure, 4 by 8, 8 foot, 2 foot. We'll measure it when I'm done. But it's gonna take me a minute. Oh, and so the first load that I got from Sarah, that I split it yesterday from yesterday's video. I'm only paying her 40 for that. Normally I pay 60, so that's 40. And then this one and the one I brought earlier, the second one I brought, I'm gonna pay her 60. So right there is $160 that I gotta pay for this. Now I had to drive about 15 miles here, and as you can see, I'm stacking it, which I do charge extra for. So I charged them $375 for the wood, and then to deliver and stack each truckload, it was $35 each, so that comes out to $105. So all in total for these 3 oversized truckloads, I got paid $480, which isn't too bad, for this amount of wood. But like I say, got a minus 160. My truck don't run on water, so I gotta get that gas. Here it is about 2:30 in the afternoon. I started at 9, so I'm not gonna get home till like 3:30. So you just have to figure out how much I made for the day after I pay my bills. I'm figuring I probably used maybe 10 gallons of gas and the 3 trips, something like that, maybe less, about 250, 260 a gallon. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, in yesterday's video, I'll put a link on the end screen for yesterday's video. But you know, my splitter was acting up. The air filter was really loose, so that's what killed my other splitter. My first splitter that I had from the real old videos died because you know, we had a ratchet strap holding the air filter on, and it's starting to get like that, and there's never a good time. You know, I need my splitter, but I didn't want to wait till it died, you know, and then be real expensive. So I took it into the shop today, you know, and this is on top of paying $180 to get my chainsaw fixed last week because I blew up the clutch in it. They had to put a whole new hub assembly in there. So, you know, when it rains, it pours. But yeah, oh, and I got a lady that she's been buying from me for years. And she called and she says she wants she's got a small stove, so she doesn't want anything over 16 inches, but she wants it to be seasoned. And I'm like, you got to choose between the two. You can either get seasoned wood like this, but the length is going to vary. You know, when Gary cut this, he was cutting for himself. So a lot of these pieces are 20 inches plus. But I know these people here that I'm delivering to, they got an outdoor fire pit, and I'm sure they can just sort those pieces out. Tried to get my brother to help me, but he's too busy. And I told Mike, you know, to take the day off. I don't have money to pay him. He still owes me a truckload. On Friday, the last day he worked, I paid him for 3 truckloads. He brought 2. That was when he broke the quad trailer, blew up the tire. But the tires were pretty old. They had a lot of dry rot in it, so that really isn't his fault. I don't got money to fix that, you know. And then the other guys, my other log suppliers, you know, in that video from the other day, I paid those guys $280, or I owe them for that. But I got to get, you know, delivering. When this check clears from what he paid me, you know, that'll give me $480. You know, but then I got to pay. Right now I owe Sarah $210 because I got a $50 normal truckload last week. You know, normal truckloads are level with the sides. So how many of you guys offer that do firewood offer stacking? I know the customers do appreciate it. You know, it takes me probably 10-15 minutes longer. You know, like an easy spot like this where I can maneuver the truck around instead of having to move the wood from the other side. That works out well. So it goes faster, but there's a lot of places where I get to where I can only like back in, and then I got to either throw them to the tailgate or walk them around. That takes time. You can see this has been sitting for quite a while. You know, I was going to split him bring him 1 load of this, you know, the load that I split yesterday, and then I was going to split them two loads of ash. But since I took the splitter in to get fixed, that wasn't available. Oh, and another thing I'm doing, I just started today. When I went home, I got lunch in between the 2nd and 3rd load. This is the 3rd load. I had a new customer call, and I just told him the new price. So he's getting a level truckload delivered 40 miles away. Normally I charge $100, but now the price has gone up now. I'm not waiting until October 1st for all new people that call me. So I got to try to slow down the sales. I told them $125 for the wood, which is basically a face cord, and I told them $50 for delivery. So I'm going to get $175 for a face cord delivered. He's either going to help me stack it. If the customer was here helping me stack it, I wouldn't charge him the $10. But he's either going to have me stack it or I'm going to dump it. So $175 for a face cord delivered about 40 miles away. How much would you charge, Brady West? You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're ripping them off. I'm like, did I hold a gun to their head and make them buy from me? No. You guys are enjoying the show so far. It's going to take a long time for me to upload on my slow Wi-Fi. So this probably won't be coming out until about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight. And then, hopefully by then they got my old channel straightened out. I know a lot of you guys get sick of hearing about it. But 60% of my views come from non-subscribers, so not everybody knows what's going on. But speaking of subscribers, I went over 600 today, which I knew I would. The last check I was at like 608 or 609, so I'm 60% there. I've already got the watch time minutes needed. Got over 260,000. You need 240,000 over 12 months. I got 260,000 in like 41 days. So I guess I'm pretty popular. Not like the Morgans or Billy Ray. Ow! Ow! Oh, that got me. Not like Billy Ray, you know, with tens of thousands of subscribers. But I know a lot of you guys watch their channels, and they were just here in Michigan, about 50 miles from me. Had one of my subscribers ask if I was going to it. I probably should have. It would have been kind of neat to meet them. I've been watching their videos about it. Looked like a good time. I go as high as I feel safe right here, you know. Probably about the same height as those others, so it'll be about 4.5 feet high, you know, from the ground up. Because, well, right from here to here is 4 feet or just over. So I'm gonna fill it up in here, and then the rest I'm just gonna stack on the ground there. I have to rotate my truck here in a minute. I wish I knew how to edit that out, but you know what? I'm just like a one take wonder. Once I start filming, I don't stop. You know, sometimes I get bloopers. They stay in. But I wish I could cut out, you know, moving the truck around. Or maybe even some of the stacking. Although some of you probably are watching this whole thing. I know most people usually drop out after about five or 6 minutes. I appreciate you guys who stick it all the way out. Helps me out on my watch time. But like I say, this is probably 95% red oak. There is some maple. You see a piece of sassafras, a couple pieces of walnut. Other than that, it's all oak. I still got to find time to make bundles. They were talking at least another 150. I don't even have it split yet. So I got to get them 75 on Monday. Just got so many deliveries to do. And like I say, I can do 3 in a day like this, isn't a problem. When the wood's already split and the guy's 20-minute drive away. But I got customers, you know, 45 minutes away. There's one guy on the list that's about an hour away on Lake Michigan. None of the wood's split, you know. basically everything I'm getting, unless I go to Gary's and buy this processed wood there. Either way, I got to pay for it. You know, there's just no way I can do it myself. I'm not Superman like Brady West. Can't do it all. Is this better than watching paint dry? Well, I liked the comments yesterday too, with everybody telling me where they're from. I get home while this is uploading, I'll respond to all of them. Oh, and for everybody that said go Bucks, I'm assuming you talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes, not the Milwaukee Bucks, right? I'd say this is just over a cord of wood. I'll measure it real quick. See how tall this stack is, because I go all the way to the ground. See, 5 foot right there. There's 5 feet. So, you know, these might just, yeah, they're so close to a face cord. About ready to move the truck. And I'm just gonna stack the rest right here. Make sure I move the camera and don't back over it. I think he'll be happy with this wood. Now, I used to do all this stacking for free. Now, last year he paid me $450. But time is money. And I don't have any time to play games. I asked him to lay some 2x4s down on the bottom, but he didn't, so I'm just like, well, I guess it's going on the ground then, at least the middle row. So, let me move you guys. Just be a second. It's only 17 minutes, it's not too bad. It's probably gonna take me another 8 minutes to get it out. So, just sit tight. Be right back. I think that's a good spot for it. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it. Where should I go? Should I go like? I think last year I put it right here on this front row, you know, because they'll be moving it up to the house there. So thought about the middle for today, but I guess I'll just do it right there. Maybe back up a little bit more. Okay. You guys are enjoying the show. Like I say, I'm here to entertain and educate. I welcome all except haters. Back up just a touch more. should be good. You know, I thought about making what they call chimneys on the side there, you know, but I don't really have any half moons. Those are the pieces I like doing to build the walls. So I think I'm just going to make a pyramid. Like I say, I would say there's probably half a face cord still left in there. And this is what I mean by half moon. If I just drew this out, you know, it probably takes me 13 minutes or so. Doing this should take about 26 to 30 minutes. Probably under 30. As long as I can reach the pieces. You know, I'm not doing anything elaborate, like I say, with stacking. A lot of limb wood. And they just don't make end pieces that good. They could always get another rack, you know. I get eyeball shaped pieces, I'll put them on the top. And they bought 3 of them from me last year, and then 1 in the spring for campfire wood. But, you know, maybe some of the stuff, you know, especially a limb wood, might even need more time to dry. There was under all sun this morning. That way south, so it gets a lot of sun. Right now, it's a little bit cloudy. And they got the 2 big oak trees and a hickory tree that's blocking the sun. And like I say, some of these were like 20 inches. So I hope they got a big fireplace. If not, just set them aside, put them in your fire pit. Yep, the doctor says I need more exercise. Okay. Look, I know this is the easiest part of firewood, but still exercise. You know, between throwing in 2 loads and unloading 2 loads, unloading 3 loads, and I bet you there was about 275 pieces on each load, average. So what's that? Like 825 or something? Something like that. That's how many pieces I just picked up, thrown in, picked up, thrown in, picked up, stacked. I try to, when stuff goes on the ground, I try to set it on the bark to give it a little buffer between the ground and the wood, you know what I mean? At the very least, they should be sitting on 2x4s, but I'm sure they will burn this stuff and that middle one first. Or at least I would if I were them. Can't really measure this stack because it's going to be a pyramid. There's definitely more than a cord here. I know that's easily a full cord. So I'd say, you know, like I say, two oversized truckloads would be at minimum 80% of a full cord. And this is probably 20% more. The Joe cord, right? What are we gonna start calling it? Oversized truckload is a Joe cord. And I guess there's city cords, now there's Joe cords. Half cord bags, however you want to do it. It's a free country. Get her done and don't play games. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I would say this stack here that was in between posts would probably be, you know, close to 8 foot by 2 foot, that, like what was in the middle when I first started. Chipmunk's gonna love this. Between fixing my chainsaw, I bought a hoodie, some hoodies, and some JPF merchandise for myself and for my campground customer. That cost $170. These unexpected bills are no fun, people. There you be. There is 3 oversized truckloads of Joe's Premium Firewood stacked and delivered September 9th, 2019 at about 2:45 p.m. So this is going to take a while to upload. I hope you enjoyed this, Jake Kellogg and Jake Morris, because I know you guys are watching all the way to the end. So check out some of these videos here at the end. We'll see you guys at the next one.